Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you all for being here today. How's everybody doing? I'm exhausted today. I just came back from the gym a little while ago, trying to stay on this healthy path, of eating better and just taking care of myself. The good news is so far, it's not a whole lot, but I lost about 3 pounds so far. Um, Trying to like get the rest I need because I have so much going on. And but I feel better, after I work out and everything. So how are you guys doing? Happy Friday to you all. You know, um, I'm glad it's the weekend. I'm tired, guys. Very tired today. Um, Drinking more tea, more water. I'm trying to do less coffee. That's kind of hard though because coffee is what keeps me going. But I'm trying. Well, I'm down to about 2 cups a day instead of five, so I think that's good. But it's still hard. Tell me in a comment category what you guys are struggling with. Because we all are struggling with something. It's always something. But as long as we keep moving forward, we can accomplish what we need to. Just take one day at a time. Know that you're going to fall, but get right back up again, and get back on that horse and keep going. The key factor is never to give up. So, with that being said, welcome newcomers, anyone here. Let's talk about some things here on this channel. And first of all, I'm not a therapist or licensed social worker. I don't have any certification or degree in being a therapist or social worker. I'm just someone who's here on this channel talking about a lot of things that I've gone through related to grief and pain and toxicity and how I got over it, especially the loss of many loved ones, and also a beloved pet. And I talk about some ways I have gotten through it. We never get over the loss, but we can get through the grief and the pain of it. So please tune in because you may hear something that might resonate with you and you might be able to apply it within your own situation and see if it helps you. And also, this is a no judgment channel. We're here to help and uplift others, not to judge and not to put people down. People, it's a lot of that going on in this world today. A lot of hate, a lot of judgment, a lot of toxicity and negativity. And I do my best to minimize that in my life as much as possible. That's very important when you get on this healing path and journey to heal yourself. So, with that being said, the title today, the topic of discussion is Be Clear About Your Boundaries. Let's jump into this because everything that I talk about, it may be different topic discussion, but it all relates back to healing, grief, and trauma and pain. And because all these things I discuss is related to pain, some sort of trauma, and grief. And then and everything I talk about is actually what I've gone through, but I don't give up. I keep going. I may have to take a day or so to, take a break, rest, but I stay in prayer, meditation, prayer with God. Because let me tell you, people, as I take a step, God has been taking two and three behind the scene. And He has really been there to help me as I do the work, because none of this is easy. But healing and boundaries go hand in hand. Let's talk about that because that's a fact. When you make up your mind and you're determined to heal all the stuff that's, make you feel stagnated and stuck, like depression, grief, um, trauma, all these things affect your mental and physical health, not health, sorry, your physical and mental health. And if you don't take care of it, it just continues to weigh on you and it makes you feel stuck and stagnated, and eventually If you don't take care of it, it leads to depression and it could lead to despair and hopelessness. And we don't want any of that here. This is why I'm on this channel. And I talk about it because I have been in those situations. Everything that I talk about here, I've been through it, and it hasn't been easy because when you feel that depression, you feel sluggish, like you can't do anything, like you feel stuck. That's when I was at the lowest point and I started to turn towards God as my source instead of people, because there was no people around me. They had all disappeared, you know, and I had to learn how to lean on God, and how to just get up again. So healing, when you're determined and you started to take steps toward the healing, one of the first things that I did is therapy, connecting with a therapist. And then it was slow going because, it was just very difficult to talk about a lot of things that had happened to me. But as I started to, do this on a weekly basis, every week, routine, I started to open up and talk to the therapist about some really painful stuff. And, it's an outlet for the pain. And everything that you discuss with the therapist is confidential. They can't go share that with other people, family, or anyone else. And never allow anyone to tell you not to get help for yourself, you know, because on the path to healing is to never be ashamed. We all have something, but when we reach out and we help ourselves, I promise you, and you turn to God and you take that step and ask God to take 2 and 3 steps on your behalf, and you're really doing the work. God knows you're going to fall down a few times, but He sees you getting back up. He's going to take 2 and 3 and 4 steps. It doesn't matter what other people are saying. Tune out that noise, tune out that negativity and toxicity, because some people choose to stay in a place of toxicity, drama, and negativity. They like that stuff, some people. And I tune that out. In the beginning, it was hard. I used to cry myself to sleep at night, etc. But now I tune it out. It's like you hear a real loud noise and then it starts to get faint, to the point where you don't hear it at all. You just tune it out completely. I'm unbothered by it as I grow and evolve and be at a place of peace and not pieces. If anyone's trying to disturb my peace, it's not a good place for them to be, because I am not that same Lisa that I used to be. And people, trying to stalk, because I've had situations where people were following me, people who I've cut off, block, and delete. It's not a good thing, because continuing to do that, it's against the law and you can get locked up, and charges will be pressed, will be brought against you. It's just, if a person does not want to be bothered, and they, especially if you set boundaries and people keep overstepping them, and it's disrespectful to overstep someone's boundaries because you don't like what's being said. You don't like that they decided to change their life for the better because you don't believe in it. That's fine. We all have our own. God give us a choice with everything. He doesn't force us to do anything, and we all have a choice, to either do the work to heal, to do the work to heal, or to continue with the toxicity. I chose to do the work to heal, and it's a lot of work and it's not easy. And if somebody else chooses the opposite, that's on them. What I will not tolerate is someone overstepping my boundaries, being intrusive and all up in my business and what I'm doing, because you're cut off, block, and delete. And the next step is restraining orders. And I'm not playing, I'm not kidding about that, because I will stay at peace in the name of Jesus and not in pieces, because someone doesn't like something. And a lot of what they don't like is um, they're trying to make me out to be a negative stereotype, something I'm never been, put me in a certain category. I am an individual, and an individual who very close to God, and God doesn't play about vows and things that I do, and I'm very close to Him. And like I said, people, and He's not just, no respective of persons. And what I mean by that, if you come to him and you come to him with a clean heart, mind, and soul and spirit, and you ask him to help you and you put in the work and you make an effort, God is going to take 2 and 3 steps on your behalf. And he's going to look when he see other people coming towards you and you're on your path to heal and you're not bothering these people, you cut off them, cut off the situations because it's not for your highest good. It's toxic. And you decide and they're still trying to pull you back into a place that you've healed, then God is going to come through. I promise you that. I've seen it over and over again. And healing and boundaries go hand in hand because in order to stay on the path to heal, you need time alone. For me, I couldn't be around a whole bunch of people and situations because you're healing. I take time to meditate, take time out for God, um, and I do things to uplift my spirit, so that I can stay in a place of being uplifted and not depression. And when you have dealt with a lot of grief and pain and etc., you have to heal that inner child, that's hurting, and you have to heal the mental health of the trauma of everything that's happened, whether it's loss due to loved ones passing over, or if it's some traumatic experience that happened in your life, you have to heal those things. And if, like how I grew up, what happens in this house stays in this house, so to speak. Um, no one ever gets to talk about it. So there's no outlet for that pain. So that pain stays stuck way deep down within you. And it's stuck there because it has no place to go. But, I always talk about therapy because that's the first step. It's an outlet to letting the pain out. And it's going to take time. Nothing ventured is nothing gained, and it doesn't happen overnight. And what I had to do in order to do that with people who were just taking advantage, I had to set boundaries. And when they kept on disrespecting those boundaries, like with something like girls sit down, shut up kind of attitude, it's very disrespectful. And, I had to have conversations. And when it continued, I cut off, block, and delete, you know. And for me, it was the best thing to do. At first, it didn't feel like that. It hurt a lot. But as I continued to stay on this path to heal, I started to grow and evolve, and that's important because then you start to heal those things that hurt you, even within your inner child. It's very important. So be clear on what your boundaries are. And what I mean by that, let people know how you're feeling. Right now, I need time to be alone because I'm going through something. You don't have to tell them what you're going through. So I need that time. So please respect that until, further notice or whatever. And if people disrespect it, set those boundaries again and remind them. And in my case, what I did after the second, third reminder, I cut off, block, and delete. And then I make my exit because, like I said, my cutoff game is no joke. I'm not playing about my healing and people trying to do things behind the scene, trying to set me up for failure. It's never going to work because if I go into prayer with God, I'm very close to Him and I don't do anything that I shouldn't be doing. I'm always trying to help and I'm transmuting negative energy and giving it to God. And when He looks at it and see what's truly going on, that I'm not doing anything to other people, He come on through. God is going to pass on through and He's going to balance out those scales, whatever He needs to do. And I promise you, if you stay on this path and you do this, that He will send help to you. He will help you. I'm living proof of that. I had no support doing this but God. And please continue when you feel depressed and, let yourself feel things, but please don't stay in a place of depression. Get yourself out of it. Music helps me a lot. Meditation, prayer. Do things that's gonna, lift your vibrations. Keep it in a high place so that you don't stay in a place of despair or depression. That's the message today. It's Friday. Please share this with other people who need to hear this message so they can be uplifted as well. And I'm not here on the weekends as of yet, maybe in the near future, but right now I'm not. I can't promise a time. However, I can tell you I will show up here Monday through Friday. Please hit that subscribe button and you will always get a notification as to when I'm here. Thank you all for being here. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now. Have a good weekend, everyone.